Hey boo, I'm Denai Hopkins and welcome to Financially Abundant, the podcast for women like me who are done playing it small. This is your go-to space for all things money, mindset, business, and becoming the best version of yourself. Whether it's getting your finances together, focusing on your health and wellness, or finally taking that big risk, we're talking about it all here. Each week, we'll dive into honest conversations about what it takes to really get out of your own way. Show up for yourself and build a life that's rich in every sense of the word. Because the life you want isn't out of reach. It just starts with believing that you are worthy. Welcome to the group chat, boo. Let's get into it. Guess what? I got the job! Y'all, I got the job! Hey! Yes! God is good. Oh my God. First of all, before we even get into that, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode. Here come Tyrone. If you are new here, I have a dog. He's a miniature schnauzer. His name is Tyrone. Yes, my dog name is Tyrone. And he occasionally make appearances in the podcast episode. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you may or may not see Tyrone. You might hear him in the background. But outside of that, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. For all the people that are new, welcome. This will be your favorite podcast in the whole world. And for the people that's been here since day one, thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Like, we family. But family, yes, I got the job. So remember a couple weeks ago, I was telling you guys that I was in. Y'all know I've been interviewing. Can I speak English? I'm just so excited I can't even talk at this point. But as y'all know, I got laid off back in December, and I have had a really hard time looking for my next role. I just didn't want any job. Like, I wanted something with stability because, as y'all know, this is not my first layoff. This is my second layoff in 2.5 years. And being laid off absolutely freaking sucks. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I don't wish it on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in reality, a lot of us, we're literally all one paycheck away from being put out on the street. And if I ain't have my mama and my man, baby, I would have to go down to the Harry Hines. And if you don't live in Dallas, Harry Hines is put two and two together, okay? I would have to go down and steal some feet pics or something, to keep a roof over my head. Like, seriously, because as y'all know, like, I've just struggled with my finances and just getting my money together, like starting and stopping, not being consistent. If I'm having a bad day, allowing those emotions to take the best of me and going out and spending unnecessary money, just not having that control, not learning how to manage, right? But that's what this show and this life is all about. It's the honest truth. Like, hey y'all, I'm learning how to do this in real time with you guys. And one thing that these layoffs have taught me, like, granted, for being in it, I hated it. And it sucks, but hindsight is 2020. And like, I know that God was teaching me the importance of having a savings, having an emergency fund. Like, having a savings and emergency fund definitely held me over, especially when it came to my my private student loans. As y'all know, that is my most expensive bill every month. So I've always put 3 months up of that, because just in case if anything were to happen, I've always had that saved, because that's nobody's responsibility to pay that bill but mine. Also, I'm looking at myself as I'm recording live on YouTube. The top that I have on, I look like the girl from the Flintstones. Anyway, that was so random. But I look like the girl from the Flintstones. Oh my God. I'm cracking up. Anyway, hindsight is 2020, but it taught me the importance of having a savings and having an emergency fund, having money put up, having that rainy day fund, because I was able to lean on that and pull from that when when unemployment only gave me X, or when I needed X, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm rebuilding, and God just has taught me so much during these last 2 years, especially being laid off. My character, my humility, my actions, my integrity, to stop talking about all the things that I'm going to do and do it, that luxury and responsibility can coexist, that stop playing and stop being a good, and stop playing and stop and be a good steward over the things that God has given you, right? Like, we don't live in a world where our parents were working at their company for 30, 40 plus years. No, baby, corporate America don't care about none of that you have going on. And you have to understand that it is not personal, it is business. So if they feel the need that they want to make cuts, baby, we on the chopping block, and it's nothing that we can do about it. And so the importance of, one thing I learned is that I would never, ever, 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 ever depend on anybody for my financial independence. And that is the most important thing that I learned during this time of being laid off, is that you are the only person that is responsible for your own financial independence. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your brother, not your man, nobody, not these corporations, nobody but you. It is up to you to get your finances together, to live that financially freedom life. Propaganda I'm not falling for is that you have to be in debt for the rest of your life. I don't believe that. You can pay off all your debt and build your savings and have money put up and invest at the same time. Also, I've learned to stop being so wasteful. I'm so wasteful. Going to grab a bag of chips here, going to grab a taco plate here, going to grab lunch, even though I just cooked. You know, those little itty bitty transactions that you don't think that add up, they do. Stop being so wasteful. Stop always feeding into that instant emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm such an emotional spender and an emotional eater, and that's one thing that I am working on with the lady. If you don't know who the lady is the therapist. One thing I am working on with the lady is stop allowing my emotions to control every little thing that I do, because that has caused me financial harm, weight gain, setbacks, all of these things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it has been a lot. And of course, we'll talk about all that. And as you know, we keep going and we keep growing and different things like that. But your girl got a job. Didn't nobody do it but God. All I've been saying was, y'all know July my birthday month. All I've been saying was, for my birthday, Lord, I just want a job. Girl, why my start date my birthday? My birthday is July 28th. Big Leo season. Yes, I am a Leo if you didn't know. Everything is all about me, literally. But God is just so good, and I'll actually be out in California for training that whole week for my birthday. So like, it's like a mini birthday trip, because I didn't have any plans. Like, now that I am working, I made a promise to the Lord. And that promise, I'm not going to tell y'all that promise. I'm not going to share it right now. I will share it at another time. But I will say this. I'm showing up differently. And that's all I can say. I don't want to talk about, I don't want to do no more of this, no more talking. We've done all of that for the last 2.5 years. It's time to put BTA belt to ass. Literally. It is belt to ass. But I just want to let you guys know that I got the job. I am praying for everyone who is in a position where they are looking for a new job, that have been laid off, that were affected by layoffs. I'm praying that God continues to keep you, to cover you, to protect you, that you don't miss a bill, all of your needs are met, that everything is taken care of, and that the Lord will come through. He is an on-time God. Y'all know the song, He's an on-time God. Yes, He is. Oh, on-time God. Yes, He is, because literally my unemployment ran out in June, and then I got my offer. He is an on-time God. So I love you guys. Thank y'all for holding me down. We got the job. Now it's time to put belt to ass and get out of debt once and for all, because my goal is to be completely debt-free by December of 2026. So we got hella work that we got to do. Next week, I will have all of my numbers for you all, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to be honest, I ain't looked at them numbers since I got laid off. I'm just like, here, girl, just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even look at the numbers. I'm just like, thank you, God, that I'm able to make my payments. Like, so, like I said, we have work to do. Next week, I'll have those numbers. But with that being said, God, thank you so much for coming through. And I pray for everyone that is listening to this show that you come through for them, because we are one big family. When God blesses me, he blesses my neighbor. God, you are in the neighborhood. So bless your people, come and protect your people and come through for them. And do your thing, Lord. Do your thing. So let's get into today's episode of Girl, Summer Ain't Your Excuse to Be on BS. Okay, girl. Let's talk about it. Summer's just begun. Now we having fun. Nah, 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 nah. Y'all know the song I'm talking about? Nah, 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 nah. Summer's just begun. Yes, sis, just because summer is here and it's hot outside don't mean you lose all goddamn self-control. Okay? Summer is not your excuse to fall off. The second half of the year, I feel, is equally as important as the first half of the year, if not more important. Because do you think that man taking the summer off? No, that man is in the gym, baby. That man on Katy Trail walking. Okay? They are outside running, actually. So we can't fall off either. Think about it, sis. Think about a farmer, okay? You think a farmer takes the summer off? No. If he did, how would we get our matcha or our coffee? Matcha is shaded for several weeks before it harvests, which helps with that vibrant green color that we all love and the taste. And coffee is made from processing coffee cherries into roasted beans and then grinding and brewing it for several weeks, which again is a full process. So what makes you think that you can take the summer off from your goals and what you're trying to accomplish? If that man not taking the summer off and that farmer not taking the summer off, baby, you can't take the summer off. Get your ass up and get back to work. Okay? Period. So, with that being said, summer isn't our excuse to be on BS. It is a reminder to stay planted, because a harvest can come in the fall. God can do a lot in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and 6 months. We have 6 months left until the end of 2025. Thank God. That means we have like 3 years left of that man being in the office. My God, it's just been, I ain't known a day of peace since that man been in the office. But anyway, we're getting closer and closer. But all jokes aside, it's time to get up and it's time to lock in, because the work does not stop just because it is warm out. And that is something that I had to remind myself as well. Like, you know, we prepare all winter to get ready for summer. Our summer bodies, our money for the summer vacation, all that stuff. And it feels like June, July, August, it's just like Q3, literally. Into Q2 going into Q3, it's just like all hell breaks loose. Even in business, right? Like, because I work in sales, comes June, July, August, it's slow. It's slow. Like, people aren't answering the phone, people aren't answering emails because people are on vacation with the kids and different things like that. Like, it is a known fact, but everything picks back up come Labor Day weekend up until really May, June. So you like, okay, I'm gonna grind from September to May and then I can have the summer off. No, ma'am. The work doesn't stop just because it's warm out. So how can you get back on track in this mid-year reset? I remember one of the first episodes I did, I talked about a mid-year reset because my podcast launched in June. And so this is probably something that I always talk about, because it's so important for that mid-year check-in point. Like, where am I spiritually, financially, and mentally and physically? Those are the 4 things that I genuinely care about, right? So number 1, mid-year check-in. You need to do an audit of where you are spiritually, financially, mentally, and physically. Spiritually, are you connected? Are you grounded? Are you listening? Are you mad at God? Let's be 100. I've been frustrated with God these last few months. Frustrated. And it's okay to question him respectfully. You know, that's still our Father. You don't talk to your mama crazy. You don't talk to God crazy. But you can say, God, what is going on? I don't like this. What are you trying to teach me? What am I missing? Why me? Why am I going through this? Why do I feel like you taking care of everybody else but me? Say how you feel, but stand on what you know. Because deep down, God, I know you got me. I know that goodness is coming out of this. I trust you with the plans that you have for my life. Where are you spiritually? That is number one. Without God, none of this is possible. So when you're doing this mid-year check-in and, checking in where you are and doing an audit, number one, check in spiritually and see where are you. Financially, are you being intentional with your money and goals? To be honest, I was not. These last couple months, I wasn't focused on debt, investment, none of that. I did rebuild my emergency fund. Nobody did that but God. Hallelujah. But when it came to debt and all that stuff, I wasn't worried about it. I was just like, you know what? I just want to focus on getting a new job. That's all I was focused on. And then I had moments where I spent some money on a credit card that I shouldn't have, or I overspent, or I needed to, do anything to feel better in the moment because I was having a bad day. Absolutely. I'm human. I'm not perfect. Progression, not perfection, right? That's the whole goal. But where am I financially? So I have to do a financial audit this week to talk about where I am financially, because I know I'm not where I want to be, but that's okay. That is the whole point of a mid-year check-in. Mentally, are you protecting your peace and prioritizing your mindset? How are you showing up for yourself mentally, right? And I feel like mentally and physically go hand in hand. Where are you on your weight loss journey or your weight gain journey, right? Because everybody don't want to lose weight. Some people want to put on weight, right? Where are you and how do you feel? But most importantly, how do you feel when you're in your clothes? This past weekend, me and my homegirls, we had went out to celebrate because a lot of us just got new jobs, promotions, like good things are just happening to us. It was like we were all in a season together where like life is one of those things where it's ebbs and flows, and we were on the ebb side of the flow. So we all celebrated this past weekend. And this was my first time really having on clothes for real. Like even as I'm recording this, I have on the top, but I have on jogging pants. Like y'all can't see me. We working from home. Okay? Don't yell at me. I had put on jeans. Now, mind you, these jeans, the last time I put on these jeans was like this time. These are my favorite pair of jeans. They my Samaria Leah jeans. I love them because they like tap on the back, on the booty, tutti. Every time I wear them, I get compliments. They were worth every penny. Samaria Leah, call me because I love your jeans. Anyway, I felt so uncomfortable in my jeans. I felt uncomfortable in my clothes. I knew I had put on weight, but I didn't realize how much weight that I put on because I haven't been dressed up or, really going anywhere. I just, been doing my thing. So that, I'm like, you know what? I don't like this feeling. But instead of beating myself up and like binging or falling back into old habits, all I said was, you know what? I don't like this feeling. It's time to get back and I need to do what I want to do. Like I said, as soon as I get my insurance and it's kicking in, I'm going to be working with a nutritionist because I really want to heal my relationship with food. And if you have insurance, you can find a nutritionist or a dietitian, whatever you need to fit your needs to help you. I know a lot of us have a bad relationship with food, and that's something that I want to heal because I can work out every day. Like I have been moving my body, but I'm not eating right. So that defeats you can't cheat a bad diet. I think that's the quote. Like you can't cheat a bad diet. So I say all that to say, make sure that you check in spiritually, financially, mentally, and physically. Do that this week. Where are you? Check in, write down, the year is halfway over. Not to scare you, but to remind you that you still have time for a shift. It is not over until it is over. We still have time. So check in with yourself, see where you are, pause and reflect, and do what you gotta do. No more talking about it. It's time to be about it. Number 2, reconnect with your why. Why did you start this particular journey? For me, it's financial freedom. For me, it's financial independence. I want to experience this. It is time to get back to the goal that I set for myself at 25, that I will be debt free in the year of 2026. I know it don't look like it right now because I got more debt than I got income. But I believe God, and I know the reason why I started this was because people like me aren't talking about this, but also people like me aren't talking about this, but also a child can't be what a child can't see. I've never seen anyone with as much debt or even honesty and transparency about where they are in their financial journey talk about this. And this is something that I want to accomplish to encourage women and men that look like me, that talk like me, that sound like me, that if I can do it, you can do it as well. That's my why. My why is to, God don't want his kids to live like this. God don't want us to be in this poverty mindset. God don't want us to keep robbing Peter to pay Paul. Financial freedom is possible, because if he can do it for the others, and y'all know the others, he can do it for us. Okay? Number 2, reconnecting with your why. Is it a peace of mind? Yes. Having money gives me a peace of mind. I used to not want to say that out loud, say I want to be a millionaire. I want to be rich. I want to have multiple streams of income. And I felt bad, and I feel like growing up, we are taught having these things. It's a poverty mindset. And one of the books that I read early on in my financial journey was Becoming a Millionaire God's Way. And he breaks all of this down and talks about that you can still want these things and still walk with God. It doesn't have to be a one or the other. And it's healing our relationship with the poverty mindset that we have been taught since, we've been in church and growing up and different things like that. But anyway, I'll list the book in the show notes. It is an amazing, amazing read. I probably read it once a year. So make sure you get the book. But anyway, yes, money gives me a peace of mind. To sit up here and say money don't give you a peace of mind, you're a liar. I don't like being anxious about money. I don't like being anxious about how I'm going to pay my bills this month. I got to rob Peter to pay Paul. I might have to go DoorDash or Instacart to have a little extra. I don't like that. No one does. I want a peace of mind. So yes, this goal that I want to accomplish, financial independence, it's because I want a peace of mind. Number 3, is it the vision that you have for your future self? Yes, absolutely. I see my future self, we all debt free. I told y'all, one of my biggest goals outside of taking care of myself is to make sure my parents can enjoy retirement. And I know that I have work that I have to do. That is the vision that I see in myself. Because motivation fades. It is the discipline and the consistency that carry you through. So make sure that you reconnect with your why and figure out, why do you want to accomplish this thing? When it comes to my physical health and how I look physically, I want to be fine. What? I don't want no stomach. I don't have no kids. I shouldn't have a stomach. Yes, I want to be sexy. I want to be sexy every year. I want to be that's the night. Damn. She look good and do. Yes, I want to be fine. So reconnect with your why. Figure out, why do you want to accomplish this goal? And let's get to work. Number 3, let's stop romanticizing the restart. There is nothing cute. And as I'm saying this to y'all, I am saying this to myself. There is nothing cute about constantly starting over. Every Monday should not be, I'm starting today. Tomorrow never came. Deny. There is nothing cute about constantly starting over. You don't need another Monday, you don't need another month, or you don't need another excuse. Keep going. The version of you you're building depends on your follow through. The version of you that you are building depends on your follow through. You follow through. You go follow through with that man and text him because he ain't answering your phone. You better follow through with your goals, okay? We was following through with Love Island Monday through Friday, except Wednesdays, because they don't have episodes on Wednesdays, and we was more concerned about Love Island than our own personal goals. And don't get me wrong, I love Love Island. We watched it consistently, okay? But follow through on what's important. Stop making excuses. Stop sitting there and just be like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. Never came. Okay? So as we are leaving July in a couple of weeks and entering August, let's stop romanticizing the restart. Let's reconnect with our why. And most importantly, let's pause and reflect. Don't let yesterday's worries hold you captive. Today is a new day where mercy is new and peace finds you. Okay? So now I want you to say this affirmation for the week with me. I deserve the results of staying consistent. I deserve the results of staying consistent. Say it with me. I deserve the results of staying consistent. Okay? All right, sister girl. That's all I got today. Today is a new day. It's a good day, and you deserve the results of staying consistent. I love you all. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Financially Abundant Podcast. I'm so excited. Don't forget, pause and reflect, reconnect with your why, stop romanticizing the restart, and most importantly, I deserve the results of staying consistent. All right, family, y'all know my quote. It's not the destination that inspires others. It's the journey. So inspire yourself to become the best version of yourself. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all next week, same time and place. Bye. It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive. It keeps bringing me joy. Blessings falling down on me. 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 It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive. It keeps bringing me joy. Blessings falling down on me.